Hi, good evening. Today we will be discussing about the restocking in Core Smart retail stores and a redesign process for the same. The current restocking process in stores was redesigned to ensure better sales, effective tracking of items, and reducing the manual effort. As we are all aware, the restocking items in store is very critical for the organization as it is very difficult for a particular schedule or resources to be planned as there are varying factors of customer traffic and sales. This time spent on restocking by store associates could be utilized for assisting the customers or to develop more innovation in the stores. So as per today's agenda, we will be going over the current process flow, then the problems faced due to restocking, and then an analysis study followed by the recommendations and the revised process. Currently, the store associates are responsible for maintaining the items on the shelves in the store by arranging items after customers handle, return, or misplace them. So the store associates need to manually monitor the shelves periodically. Once the associates arrange these items on the shelves, and these are arranged by a planned system earlier, and then the associates monitor the shelves if they are empty, misplaced, or any damaged items or expired items. So if they find any shelves that are empty, then we'll be replacing the items from the back of the store staging area, and if not empty, they again check for any damaged goods on the shelves, and if they do find any damaged item, they remove the item from the shelf and replace with another item, and then they check for any misplaced items, and if they do find, they need to identify or look up for the position where the item belongs and they need to replace it accordingly. And they also need to monitor for any expired items on the shelves, and they need to remove the items and replace it with another item. So this is a cyclic process, and the associates monitor the shelves based on the traffic inflow periodically in the stores. So what are the problems with this restocking process? The manual monitoring is required for verifying for any expired items, verifying for any damaged goods, and additional effort for looking up the misplaced items and replacing them in their specific position, and then monitoring for any empty shelves. This also restocking process also requires training of new staff, and this has a very big impact on the sales, as if the shelves are empty, the customers will not be purchasing the items, which in sale causes a reduction in the sales for the stores. So an analysis was conducted which involves the survey from customers, input from store managers, and evaluation of restocking processes at other companies, and based on the customer ratings. If you see this particular pie chart, you could very well see that there are 33% of the customers who do not find this restocking process good, and it's very bad by 22%, which accounts for more than 50% of the customers who are not satisfied with the restocking process. And then there was a questionnaire and interviews that were done for the store managers and the store associates, and the feedback was gathered for the following queries as shown in this particular chart. It was how often was it difficult to find an available item or to assist an associate, and if you see, most of them are above 50%, which shows us that the store managers and associates had a difficulty monitoring these shelves. And then we have the competitors who have launched various other emerging technologies, and which boosted up the sales after the implementation of these technologies. If you see here, we have the Akamart, Mams Club, Carget, and Sanflor, whose all profits have increased after installing and replacing these restocking processes in their stores. So coming to the recommendations, the stores could use RFID stocking tracking technology in the stores, or moving it to a totally automated retail stores. So in use of RFID stock tracking technology, this involves implementation of technology which requires tags to be attached to every item, and this will enable the store to track the item anywhere in the store until the customers walk off to the store with the purchased product. This has the advantages of keeping track of the stock items that can be made simpler with the use of this technology, and store associates could also provide any available item in the store to the customer. But it still has the disadvantages that the items will be available on the shelves and prone to damage as well as misplacement, and manpower is also required to monitor for empty shelves as well as damaged, expired or misplaced items. And the new store associates also will be required to restock the items on the shelves. With automated retail stores, automation eliminates time-consuming repetitive tasks being done by the store associates, and which involves mapping of the items, job scheduling, monitoring, tracking, and restocking items on the shelves. This process automates the picking orders and packing groceries for the customer, which starts with automating the warehouse by having software systems organize the items on the shelves. The orders are taken through email or voice recognition systems, and there are automatic retrieval system which uses robots equipped with special gripper systems to track products in the warehouse from the customer's order and set them aside for delivery. This minimizes manpower requirements to monitor shelves, restock or replace items, and there will be no items that will be misplaced or damaged, as items will not be in display for the customers. And this also shortens the delivery times due to a fully automated process. The disadvantage this process holds is that it is similar to online shopping, and it could not provide a shopping experience to customers who would want to touch, feel, and see products. This also involves heavy costs for setting up similar automated stores in various other locations. Apart from these recommendations, we have this augmented reality or virtual retail stores. And for setting up virtual retail stores, products are displayed on screens which can be viewed in the same way as in a shop. Customers can scan them in the mobile phones or devices available at stores rather than by a cashier and add to an online basket, which is then delivered at the front end, home, or wherever the customer intends to. Customers could also walk through virtual aisles, selecting them simply by tapping on the screens of the devices. And with this technology, customers will also be able to visit physical stores to touch, feel, and see products before making purchase. Virtual stores still provide the same experience as that of a physical store. This minimizes the manpower requirements to monitor shelves, restock, or replace the items, and there will also be no physical items that could be misplaced or damaged, and customers will still have the same shopping experience as in the physical retail stores. And there is one least expensive way to expand business to new locations without the enormous cost of constructing a physical entity or paying for real estates. And even though this still has a disadvantage that the customers might not be familiar with mobiles or technology and may not be convenient with this approach, but this will be the recommended solution over the other two, as it eliminates all the restocking problems we have discussed earlier with manual monitoring to replace, restock, or replace the misplaced items in the shelves. And customers also will still have the shopping experience as in the physical retail stores. So this will be the recommended solution for resolving the redesign process. So the revised process before implementation includes the restocking process as we have discussed earlier, and after implementation this eliminates the restocking process as you see in this particular flowchart. Thus, there are many factors that impact the sales of the store, such as the restocking of products, and it's a good time to invest more to improve the store operations. And as the store manager, I would prefer better and effective methods to improve the sales and profits for the stores. And if we implement this recommendation, we will continue to stay ahead in the competition, and a change in this area will improve the company's long-term revenue growth. Thank you, and let me know if you have any questions.